as I'm editing, I realized that I didn't even do an intro or an outro. But before we get started, I want to quickly welcome anybody who is new to my channel. So welcome, you guys. But don't forget to like the video and subscribe before you guys do leave. It means the world. But anyways, enjoy. Alright, so first things first, I am going to be priming with the Professional from Benefit. And I'm going to be using the Too Faced Hangover Primer. So for the Professional one, I am just gonna put this like in the inner of my face. So after going in with the Professional, I'm going in with the Too Faced Hangover Primer on the outer portions of my face as well as on my forehead to kind of just give myself a little bit more hydration. Alright, so I'm gonna be following along Tina's video, this one right here. So I'm gonna be doing like a spider look, and we're just gonna follow along with the video and see how it comes out. My sister's gonna be in the back though doing the same thing because she doesn't want to be in the video with me. But yeah, I'm just gonna follow along, so I'm not gonna do too much talking just because it's gonna be like a follow along, if that makes sense. So whatever I do I just said do. Okay, so first I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Camel Concealers, and this is in the shade bitch, I can't see shit. Okay, so I'm gonna be using the Camel Concealer in the shade Medium Neutral, and I'm gonna be doing the same routine that I have on my everyday summer look. So if you guys have not watched that video, go ahead and go watch that because that's what I'm gonna be doing. And I'm just gonna be fast forwarding what I do because I'm gonna be doing the whole face first, and then we're gonna jump into the eyeshadow. So yeah. Alright, so once you look like a ghost, we are gonna contour, and I'm using the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Beautiful Bronze. I am using the Tartelette Toasted palette, and I believe now it's the shade Cozy. Let's see if it gets it. Oh yeah, which is this one right here. I didn't mention that I did have a loose powder underneath my eyes. That way, if there's any fallout, the loose powder will catch it, and then I'm able to just dust it off and my makeup won't get stained. But I did go in my crease with that dark brown shade and just blending that out. Once I was okay with it, I went in with the darkest shade in the palette and I placed that all on the lid, and then I blended it out together. And then I did go in with like a gel liner on the lid to kind of give it a little bit more darkness, and then on top of that put the black shadow. Alright, so I was doing a follow along like I had mentioned in the beginning of the video. So I will do my best to explain to you guys what I'm doing. So in the video, she used a white pencil like liner, but I didn't have one, so I just went in with like a concealer that I had, and you guys will see me like mess up. I wanted to include that in the video so you guys can see that it was a little harder than like what I thought. But all I'm doing is sketching out the legs of a spider. Now I don't know like how many legs a spider has or anything, but I just did. I think I ended up doing like 10 on each eye. But yeah, you guys will just see me sketch them out. Now they don't have to be perfect lines either because we are going to be outlining them with like black liner, so don't worry about them being like perfect or nothing. But yeah, after somewhat finishing the legs, I went in underneath my lash line with the same colors that I did on top. Alright, so once I finished sketching out the legs, I went in with the felt tip liner. I feel like this one is a little bit easier than the actual like liquid one. You might get a little bit more precise with this one, so it made it much more easier. But all I'm doing is outlining the concealer, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Like I mentioned with the concealer, it doesn't have to be perfect. You're just kind of like outlining the legs. And I also wanted to mention, you want the legs to like connect like with your shadow, so just bring it down all the way to your shadow to give it that effect that it's actually like coming out your eye, if that makes sense. Bitch, I fucked up. Big Tom. Right here. Alright, so after the outlining of the liner, things are just gonna get a little bit more easier. So we are gonna be adding a little bit more definition to the spider to kind of give it the effect that it's like actually like popping out and stuff. So for this part, I did go in with a white liner. Now I thought I bought like the felt tip, but instead I ended up buying like the liquid one. But all I'm doing is putting the white liner on the parts where like kind of where the legs bend, that part, that way like it'll kind of give it the effect that it's actually like bending and coming out and stuff. So that's all I'm doing. Okay, so here I am starting to fill in the legs already, and I also forgot to mention, it's okay if you get white on the outline of the legs. Since we are going to be shading in the legs, you're able to like re-overline, if that makes sense, where you put the white and stuff. But all I'm doing is shading in the legs now. Okay, I'm low-key starting to like it. So once I finish shading that in, all I'm doing is going over back with the white liner to kind of just deepen up the white. Last and final step would be putting the shadow of the spider's leg. So I did work myself from the inside towards the outside of the spider's leg. So working with the inside of the spider's leg, like the inner part, that part you want to have it a little bit darker, and then work yourself fading that shadow out. And you do want each end of the spider's leg and the shadow to connect to give it a more real effect. But that's all, you guys. That's basically it. That's all you're doing. Just pretend you guys are shining like a light towards it, and you guys will be able to tell whether you're putting the shadow on the left or on the right. But anyways, you guys, if you guys do end up trying the look, please tag me on my socials, you guys. I would love to see it, and it's something different, it's something cool and unique to try. I had so much fun, even though it was super stressful to do it, but me and my sister ended up trying it, and it did take us a while. But anyways, you guys, I hope you guys enjoy.